Soul Garden.
Hello, my adventurers, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki. Well, when I last left the philosophers, the managers of the I believe state of awareness, the command in our soul that allows us to believe, that's what Sagittarius are experts at. They are the captains, they're in control of belief structure on the planet, therefore culture and how everything comes together. Therefore, watching your story is watching where the earth will go. It's in an interesting predicament, is it not? Well, when I last came on the air, the sun was in Scorpio. And for Sagittarius, this is just before Thanksgiving, very serious and maybe sometimes dark times, because Sagittarius were having to make some deep decisions about what they need to cut away from, certain subconscious patterns that get them into trouble. This can be happening in relationships, this can be happening with self-sabotage. It always goes back to childhood, it always goes back to a wound. But for Sagittarius, it always has to get really bad, I find, for them to make the cut. And it got bad, I think, in most of my clients' cases and those watched over by GA. But we were there for them. Now, you made the decisions, maybe the hard cuts, maybe putting your chest forward and saying, I am a new Sagittarius, I'm a new Archer. And that brought us right into Thanksgiving, where the universe blessed you with a solar eclipse in your sign. This was a huge booster shot Thanksgiving evening to your ego, to give you some strength, to help you pull yourself up. It was one of those gifts the universe makes. Every now and then the universe just goes, let's give this person a little booster shot. They could use it. So if you want to feel blessed, you are. You have gotten the solar eclipse. This was at 2 degrees, so it was passion, and it was also understanding and courage. And in the last 10 days since Thanksgiving, the Sagittarians have been removing parts of their ego. That's what the birthday period is about, ego state of awareness. The ego state of awareness is our state of awareness that represents us in the world. It's our state of awareness that is our first line of defenses. I always like to say it's the puppy dog that guards the door. Now, ego gets a little too much credit sometimes. Ego is that auto response. So if somebody tries to steal something, puppy wants to bark. This is that part of our conditioning. But this is also how we and when we take action. When do we take action? When do we stand up for ourselves? At what point do we go occupy Wall Street? That is kind of the decision-making process in the last 10 days. Sagittarius saying, that part of me I don't want, this part of me I don't want. You might have had to be, perhaps you had to be triggered by someone in order to see it, and you might have had to create some drama to see it. But overall, universe heavy invested in Sagittarius' happiness, and that brings us to where we are today. As we start the beginning of the week, breakdown, breakthrough. Uranus rules the day on Monday. The moon is in Aries, so on Monday you are innocent and childlike. Your inner child is alive. You're feeling daring. You're perhaps in the mood to take a risk. And I'll be encouraging those in GA, being watched over by the guardiancy, to take that risk. It's a good time to go ahead and put yourself out there. Try something wacky and see what happens. This might open a door for you to see a new you, a new charisma, a new puppy dog that will guard the door, one that is more indicative of this new inner faith you just worked so hard on, and other goals in the hopper. Now, Monday, breakdown, breakthrough. Breakthrough inevitable. By Tuesday, certainly understanding what that was all about. And by Wednesday, we come to a remarkable grand trine soul pyramid in Earth. Now, we'll be texting heavily on this day. This is a delicate day of manifestation. The moon in Taurus pulls emotions into the moment. You're just going to feel the moment with this moon in Taurus. Your body's going to feel it, etc. But this is also the happy-go-lucky. Don't know if you noticed, but last summer, Jupiter blazing through this space, just opening up possibilities, opening up magical chests of what could be. For those who were resisting, you might have just had the world kind of come down on you. You just can't take this life anymore. But this moon in Taurus is a reminder of that time. Hopefully positive, but it could have been negative to also inspire you to change your life. But you are feeling this possibility on Wednesday. This trines up to Mars in Virgo, saying, hey, if you feel the possibility, Mars Virgo says it's time to go for your career. Sagittarius says know what they want to do in the world. It's not a question anymore. It's a matter of doing it. What holds you back are other parts, like this soul pyramid. So Mars saying, move forward. If you feel it, move forward. That's what we'll be coaching in GA. And then this comes down to Venus, which means, hey, if you're going to march on this new career path, and you're going to own this new character charisma, and you're going to feel good in the moment, you're going to have to change the rules of giving and receiving. In your case, when it comes to money or value. So you're going to have to be flexible on how you get paid. And in some cases, for some Sagittarius, it's being more persistent about getting paid. You know, a lot of Sagittarius lack the courage to stand up and say, I'm worth this. Either way, Venus at that tip is saying, whether you're ready, whether your career is here or not, what is here, and with Sun and Capricorn, will be collecting on your debts, getting what you deserve, and you are pouring the foundation. So Wednesday, an important turn. Then Friday, the Sun ruled by Saturn, saying, okay, time to decide. For you, time to decide what your ego wants, what your ego looks like, what that hairstyle is going to be, what you really do want for your birthday. You know, it does come down to ego shallow. Hey, it's one of our 12 states of Uranus. But you want to decide what your ego wants for its birthday, so to speak. We'll be texting you. But the real dramatic point of the week happens to be the climax, the weekend. On Saturday, the moon moves into Gemini and becomes full. Not just full, but now we have a lunar eclipse that follows up that solar eclipse that began this horoscope. So emotions flare. In Sagittarius' case, flare for relationships. If you're in one, you might be crazy about them. If you're in one, you might be crazy about you can't deal with them anymore. If you're single, you just can't take it anymore. It is a full moon. And it is putting it on how you relate and how you connect. And perhaps it's even about yourself, your own me-ridge, how you marry yourself. So maybe it's like, I'm not letting myself down anymore. But that full moon, remember, is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is a tug-of-war between the sun and earth. And what it's saying is, hey, if you want this relationship or you want things to relate well, or there to be equal give and receive in your life, which is what the core intention of a relationship is, practicing equal giving and receiving, well then, you're going to have to make some ego changes, Sun in Sag. So really that full moon is saying, time to change, time to be willing to have pink hair, or willing to actually make your hair be more conservative so you can work in an office. Or, you know, it's not about surrendering, it's about doing what's necessary, standing up for the actions we want to have, and making the changes in the little puppy dog behavior and training it as necessary so that it serves your overall spiritual purpose. And remember, that soul pyramid and Mars and Virgo saying, you step in this new suit, you can move forward with that career that your heart really desires. Trust the universe to guide you there through your own spiritual awakening. Now, Moon in Gemini stays there all weekend. The Moon slides through Gemini on Sunday. That day is ruled by Taurus, and so at that time, everyone is just kind of owning what the decisions were. If you're interested in how you are this weekend with love and lust, well, you're going to have to watch my Love and Lust report. That goes live on Friday. And if you are a part of GA, remember, we will watch over you all 7 days and be texting you with the critical points that were described in this video. All right, well, I haven't said it yet. Happy birthday! Hey, the universe is heavily investing in you. God University gave you a solar eclipse. That's a good thing, Sag. I will either see you, text from you, or see you in 7. Until then, Sag, live, love, be.